Hey everyone, welcome back to the Easy English Lab podcast, where we make learning English fun and maybe a little rich too.
Exactly, Leo. And today, we're diving into something a bit different, money. But not just numbers or boring finance stuff. We're talking about the psychology of money, how your brain can actually trick you when it comes to wealth.
Oh yes, this isn't about spreadsheets or stock charts. This is about your mind. Turns out your brain sometimes sabotages your money, even when you think you're being super smart.
And don't worry, folks. We're going to break it down with stories, jokes, and a few exercises to practice your English while learning about money traps. Two birds, one stone.
So grab your coffee or tea or whatever keeps your brain awake, and let's jump in. First up, the false confidence traps.
Okay, trap number one, you think you're logical.
Haha, this one's tricky. You see, we all like to think we're rational thinkers. I made this investment because I did the research, of course. But here's the catch. Intelligence doesn't protect you from bias.
Right. Imagine two people looking at the same stock. One buys it, one sells it. Who's right? Both. They just have different experiences shaping their decisions.
Exactly. Picture this. A stockbroker who lost everything in the Great Depression, they might never invest again. Meanwhile, a tech worker who got rich during the 90s dot-com boom might chase risks others avoid.
Or someone who got into crypto in 2017 might think volatility is normal. Same world, totally different lens.
Here's a little English exercise. Repeat after me. My experiences shape how I see the world.
Feels good, right? That's also a great phrase for conversation practice. Use it with friends.
Trap 2, you think you're in control. This one hits hard.
Definitely. People often believe success is earned and failure is deserved. But money doesn't play fair like that. Luck and risk matter a lot.
Take Bill Gates. Brilliant, strategic, disciplined. But did you know part of his success was because he happened to attend a school with a computer in the 1970s? That's a 1 in a million stroke of luck.
And his friend Kent Evans, equally brilliant, died in a mountaineering accident. Risk can hit anyone. You see? You can do everything right and still lose, or mess up and still win.
English tip here. Try saying, I can control my effort, but not the outcome.
Repeat it a few times. It's a mindset and a sentence you can use in daily conversation.
Trap 3 is sneaky.
You believe the story, not reality.
We all love stories, right? Someone wins the lottery, suddenly buying a ticket feels smart until you remember the odds are 1 in 300 million.
Haha, yep. Or think about the crypto boom. Everyone was getting rich, or at least that's what TikTok told them. People didn't buy the math, they bought the dream.
That's why it's so important to ask yourself, is this true or do I just want it to be true?
Mini English practice. Say this slowly. I check the facts before I believe a story.
Repeat it 3 times. Really feel the words. It's not just grammar, it's life advice.
Trap 4, you think you're a spreadsheet.
Oh, yes. We try to plan everything perfectly. Numbers, budgets, charts. But we forget we're humans. Humans panic, spreadsheets don't.
Exactly. You can have the perfect plan, but when your investment drops 20% overnight, do you stick with it or panic?
Beginner-friendly tip. Aim to be mostly reasonable, not perfectly rational. That's sustainable.
English practice. Say, I make reasonable plans, not perfect ones.
Great. And remember, reasonable is better than perfect, especially for your English practice and your money.
All right, let's quickly recap part 1. Trap 1, thinking you're logical can hide your biases. Trap 2, thinking you're in control ignores luck and risk. Trap 3, believing stories instead of reality leads to mistakes. Trap 4,
Thinking like a spreadsheet ignores human emotions.
And English exercises. My experiences shape how I see the world. I can control my effort, but not the outcome. I check the facts before I believe a story. I make reasonable plans, not perfect ones.
Try repeating these aloud, even with a friend, and you're already practicing English while learning about money traps. We covered traps 1 to 4, thinking you're logical, in control, believing stories, and acting like a spreadsheet. And now things get emotional. This is where our brains really start to play tricks on us when it comes to money. Buckle up. Trap 5. You chase more than you need.
The I need one more thing to be happy trap. We see someone richer, someone cooler, someone with a bigger house. And suddenly, our brain says, hey, I need that too.
Right. And sometimes people already have more than enough, but they still risk everything chasing more. Remember Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX?
Oh, yes. Billionaire at 29, everyone called him the next Warren Buffett. But he wasn't chasing survival or family. He was chasing more status, admiration, control, and boom, it collapsed.
English tip. Say it with me. More isn't always better. Repeat 3 times.
And think about it in daily life. You don't always need the newest phone or the fanciest bag. Sometimes enough is enough.
Trap 6. You think stuff will make you admired.
Oh, this one is funny and sad. People think if they drive the right car, wear the right watch, live in the right house, everyone will be impressed.
But here's the truth. No one is really paying that much attention. They're thinking about themselves.
Right. You buy a Ferrari, and the first thought of someone passing by is, I wish I had that car. Not, wow, they're successful.
English exercise. Say this. People admire character, not possessions. Repeat it out loud and imagine telling that to a friend who's obsessed with showing off.
Yep. Real admiration comes from kindness, humility, and empathy, not luxury items.
Trap 7. You think looking rich means being rich.
Oh, this is a classic. People spend money to look wealthy, but true wealth is invisible.
Exactly. True wealth isn't your car, your watch, or your vacation photos. It's the money you didn't spend.
Here's a simple tip. Think of wealth as freedom. You might drive a modest car, but have complete control over your time and life. That's richness.
English practice. Wealth is what I save, not what I show. Say it 3 times slowly.
And notice how it shifts your mindset. Less stress about appearances, more focus on what really matters.
And trap 8, you fall for fear disguised as wisdom.
This one sneaks up on you all the time. Bad news grabs attention. It's loud, urgent, emotional.
Meanwhile, good news, slow growth, steady gains, barely gets noticed. That's why pessimistic headlines feel smarter even when they're misleading.
Here's the trick. Zoom out. Look at decades, not days. The market grows quietly over time. Progress is quiet. Setbacks are loud.
English tip. Repeat this phrase. I focus on long-term progress, not short-term fear.
Great. And remember, optimism isn't naive. It's expecting setbacks, but still believing in growth.
Quick recap of traps 5 to 8. Trap 5, chasing more than you need leads to stress and poor decisions. Trap 6, stuff won't make you admired, character does. Trap 7, looking rich isn't being rich. True wealth is what you save. Trap 8, fear can feel like wisdom. Zoom out and focus on long-term progress.
English practice summary. More isn't always better. People admire character, not possessions. Wealth is what I save, not what I show. I focus on long-term progress, not short-term fear.
Say them out loud, practice them with friends, or even journal about them. Your English and money mindset will thank you.
If you've been following, we've already tackled traps 1 through 8. And now we're getting into the hidden rules of money. These are the ones that don't make headlines, but quietly make you wealthy over time.
Trap 9. You think saving always needs a goal.
Ah, yes. So many people say, I'll save when I have a reason, maybe a new car, maybe a vacation. But that's not how wealth works.
Exactly. Saving isn't just about the next purchase, it's about building options, having freedom to choose.
English exercise. Repeat after me. I save to create freedom, not just for a goal.
Here's a practical example. Imagine two people earn the same salary. Person A saves $500 a month just in case. Person B spends everything. Who will be more flexible if an emergency comes?
Person A, of course. Freedom over your choices is real wealth.
Trap 10. You want the gains, but not the ride.
This is about investing. People see profits and think, yes, easy money, but they forget the stress, doubt, and emotional roller coaster.
English tip. Repeat. The price of investing isn't always money. Sometimes it's patience and calm.
Exactly. For instance, Netflix grew over 35,000% between 2002 and 2018. But guess what? Most of that time, its stock was below its previous highs. If you panicked, you missed it all.
So, lesson learned? Expect the emotional cost. Accept the discomfort. That's the price of admission.
Trap 11. You think getting rich is the hard part.
Spoiler, staying rich is much harder.
It's true. Getting rich requires boldness, risk, and optimism, but keeping it takes caution, humility, and resilience.
English practice. Say it with me. Building wealth is offense. Keeping wealth is defense.
Think of it like a game. The best players don't just score points. They protect their lead, survive mistakes, and stay in the game long enough for compounding to do its magic.
And that's why extra cash, diversifying investments, and preparing for surprises isn't boring. It's smart.
Trap 12. You overestimate your plan. This one hits hard. Most financial plans look perfect on paper. Beautiful spreadsheets, charts, and formulas.
But life isn't a spreadsheet. Jobs change, markets crash, unexpected events happen.
English tip. Repeat slowly. A good plan survives reality, not just theory.
And the solution? Leave room for error. Build a margin of safety. Accept that your nerves matter as much as your numbers.
Bonus tip. Even if your plan predicts high returns, assume they'll be lower. That way you save more, sleep better, and don't panic.
Quick recap of traps 9 to 12. Trap 9. Saving doesn't always need a goal. Save to create options. Trap 10. Gains come with a ride. Expect stress and discomfort. Trap 11. Staying rich is harder than getting rich. Defense matters. Trap 12. Plans fail if they don't survive reality. Leave room for error.
English practice summary. I save to create freedom, not just for a goal. The price of investing is patience and calm. Building wealth is offense. Keeping wealth is defense. A good plan survives reality, not just theory.
Say them out loud, write them in your journal, or explain them to a friend in English. Practicing this way will boost both your language and your money mindset.
And next, we'll cover the long game, traps 13 to 15. This is where we really learn to think like someone who wins over decades, not just days.
Yep, traps 13 to 15. These aren't about flashy wins or headlines. They're about patience, perspective, and understanding what money really gives you.
Trap 13. You underestimate the power of time.
Here's a mind blower. Warren Buffett's net worth is around $160 billion. Over $156 billion of that came after his 65th birthday.
Wait, what? That means he wasn't rich because of a single big win. He got rich by starting early and staying in the game for decades.
English tip. Repeat after me. Time is the most powerful force in finance, not talent.
And here's a story. Imagine planting an oak tree. Year 1, nothing happens. Year 10, it looks solid. Year 50, it's massive and unshakable. That's compounding. That's why patience beats chasing risky short-term wins.
So, for English practice, you can say, compounding is like a tree. Small beginnings, massive growth over time.
Trap 14. You ignore how rare success really is.
Money and life are full of rare tail events. A few rare wins can cover a dozen small losses.
Think about Buffett again. He's owned hundreds of stocks, but nearly all his wealth came from just 10, not 50, not 100, 10.
English repetition. One rare win can change everything.
And in the stock market, only 7% of companies in the Russell 3000 index drove all net gains since 1980. Meanwhile, 40% of stocks dropped over 70% and never recovered.
So here's the lesson. You don't need to be right all the time. You just need to stay in the game long enough for those rare moments to work for you.
Trap 15. You buy stuff and sell your time.
This one hits close to home for a lot of people. We think money buys happiness, but often it buys things that take away our freedom.
Morgan Housel puts it perfectly. The greatest benefit of money isn't stuff, it's freedom, especially freedom over your time.
English exercise. Repeat after me. Money buys freedom, not just things.
Example, even if you love your job, working someone else's schedule all the time can feel exhausting. Emails at night, calls on weekends, constant pressure.
History confirms it. A 1981 study on happiness found that having control over your life predicts well-being better than income, status, or possessions.
So the secret isn't retiring early or buying a luxury car, it's living life on your terms. That's the highest form of wealth.
Quick recap of traps 13 to 15. Trap 13. Time beats talent. Start early, stay in the game. Trap 14. Success is rare. Stay in the game long enough to catch the tail events. Trap 15. Freedom is the real reward. Don't trade your time for stuff.
English practice summary. Time is the most powerful force in finance, not talent. One rare win can change everything. Money buys freedom, not just things.
Speak them out loud. Use them in your journal, or explain them to a friend in English. Practicing this way will boost both your language and your money mindset.
We're in the final stretch, traps 16 to 18. These aren't just about money, they're about who you become as you play the long game.
Yep, the difference between winning once and winning over decades isn't luck or knowledge. It's mindset, resilience, and self-awareness. Let's dive in.
Trap 16. You expect the market to be predictable.
This is huge. The most important events in your financial life, you won't see coming. They're surprises.
But many investors treat history like a crystal ball. They think, if I study past crashes, I can predict the next one.
English tip. Repeat after me. History teaches humility, not prediction.
Exactly. Technology evolves, new risks appear, geopolitical shocks, inventions we've never seen. Suddenly, old rules don't apply.
So instead of trying to predict everything, the key is calm over certainty. Focus on preparing, not guessing.
English practice. Calm beats certainty. Say it 3 times. It's short, powerful, and memorable.
Trap 17. You forget that you'll change.
The end of history illusion. We think the way we feel today, our goals, habits, priorities, will stay the same forever.
But look back 10 years, you're probably very different, right?
Totally. So why assume you'll want the same things in 10 years? You might change jobs, move cities, or even want completely different things from life.
English practice. I change, and that's normal. Say it slowly and feel it. It helps you accept growth while planning.
The mindset shift here: avoid extreme financial commitments. Build flexibility into your plans. Moderate savings, moderate work hours, moderate lifestyle expectations.
That way, when life changes, you adapt instead of panicking. English repetition. Moderation creates flexibility.
And finally, trap 18. You copy people who aren't playing your game.
This is everywhere. Someone's making quick money, posting flashy wins, and suddenly you feel like you're missing out.
But here's the secret. They're playing a completely different game. Their goals, timelines, and strategies don't match yours.
English tip. Repeat. Know your game, play your game.
Think about investing. A day trader chasing crypto momentum isn't in the same game as a retirement investor holding stocks for decades.
Copying their moves, you inherit their risks, not their strategy. That's a fast path to frustration or worse, loss.
Same for spending. You see someone buying a luxury car and think, I should do that too. But their life, their goals, and pressures aren't visible to you.
Mindset shift. Define your game, know your goals, and ignore advice that wasn't meant for you.
English repetition. Define your game, ignore distractions.
Whew, that was a lot, but let's recap the long game lessons. Trap 16. History teaches humility, not prediction. Be calm, not certain. Trap 17. You'll change. Plan with flexibility and moderation. Trap 18. Play your own game, not someone else's.
And remember the earlier traps too. Time, compounding, freedom over stuff, patience, rare wins. All together, they create a financial mindset that lasts decades.
English practice summary. Time is more powerful than talent. One rare win can change everything. Money buys freedom, not just things. Calm beats certainty. Moderation creates flexibility. Define your game. Ignore distractions.
Say these out loud. Write them in your journal. Imagine teaching them to a friend. Your English improves while your mindset levels up.
And here's a little challenge for our listeners. Pick one trap that hits home. Write down how you'll shift your mindset this week. Share it in the comments if you want, or just practice saying it out loud daily.
And remember, mistakes are normal. The journey isn't about perfection. It's about staying in the game, learning, and growing every day.
That's it for today's episode. If you loved it, like, subscribe, and share with a friend who wants to level up their English and their mindset.
Keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, wealth, freedom, and confidence are built quietly, one smart choice at a time.
See you in the next episode. Keep speaking, keep learning, and keep growing.